7, Butler with 38. And Playoff Central Live is underway from Studio B in Atlanta with former coach of the Phoenix Suns, Earl Watson, 3D Dennis Scott. I'm Jared Greenberg. We had ourselves a game. A 20-point lead by the Warriors evaporated, and it looked as if the Grizzlies were going to stun Golden State. Before we get to the analysis, let's get back into some of these critical plays that happened down the stretch. In addition to Steph Curry, there was a lot more that happened in the final moments of Golden State against Memphis. Here we go to go back to it. Just over a minute to go, guys. Golden State up 114 to 111. Who are they looking for, 3D?
They're looking for Steph, his patience. Draymond once again with the dribble handoff. But not too many guys in this moment understanding the pump fake after picking off the dribble. Pump fake, let the guy run by, square up again, and then leave it and knock it down. Big-time shot.
Now, listen, Draymond Green was massive in this game. However, Draymond would end up fouling out.
This is a weird call right here, because I understand what Draymond was doing, Earl, because when you look at the replay, the left hand was kind of Edey on the shoulder, but I'm guessing I don't know what I'm guessing.
Yeah, I just want to clarify, this is much earlier in the quarter here.
Yes.
This is Draymond's fifth foul.
Correct.
Draymond, after that Steph Curry 3 that we originally showed you, would pick up his 6th and disqualifying foul. So without Draymond here, the Warriors turn it over. They had some big turnovers. Podziemski looks like he got a clean block on Pippen. They call the foul on Podziemski there. But it starts with the turnover.
Turnovers there. Jimmy Butler's done a great job attacking the paint. I don't see this D3 at the end.
Yes.
This is game-changing potentially, but Golden State, being the champions they are, fought through it.
All right, so Podziemski called for the foul, 3-point game. Curry, the floater, no. And then now a foul on Looney, who maybe or maybe not hit Edey, which pushed the ball out. Watch Looney come in and hit Edey, which caused the ball to go out.
This contact in the paint,
Yep.
this is play through that. I didn't see you call it either, but.
So Edey hits free throws. It's now a 3-point game. Memphis used their last timeout to drop this play. A 5-second count.
To me, that's unacceptable, Earl.
That first seed is very different from the second and third seed in the NBA. You have to be ready. Golden State seen these opportunities many a times. They knew what to do. Play on the outside, push them to take a 2. They did a great job denying.
Another look at it as Aldama could not get the ball in. I thought it was wild. Steph Curry usually comes out in those situations if it's defense only. The issue was, I guess, there was no timeouts to get him back in the game if they needed him back in the game. But he is guarding the ball there. And the fact that Memphis couldn't get the ball in kind of shades of the Final Four, right, where Houston couldn't get a shot off last possession. Same sort of scenario here.
Yeah, you understand, as a head coach, when you get into that position, you talk about in-the-game scenarios. Those are difficult, and you try to practice those every day. Sometimes down 2, down 3, underside, whatever it may be, you have to be creative in that aspect and let the players know they're comfortable in that space. Unfortunately, he didn't get it off. He's a young coach, his first time coaching. That's going to haunt him for a while. He's going to come back ready for the next game.
And that haunt is no sleep tonight, because those small details, Jared, as you know, is you got to get the ball in bounds. And then hopefully you get some type of attempt. So that 5-second call really, deflates you now at that point in the ball game. Now, to your point, how do you respond now to get ready for the next game?
So Memphis now still has one more opportunity. They have a long cross-country flight from San Francisco to Memphis, where they'll get home at some point tomorrow. They'll watch Dallas play Sacramento. The winner of the Kings and Mavs will then go to Memphis to play Friday night. The winner of that game will have the right to take on Oklahoma City in the first round. So a daunting task here for Memphis. They'll get one more opportunity. But let's talk about this Warriors team. And again, we're going to get you back out to Chase Center. We're going to hear from both head coaches. I'm sure Thomas Isalo is going to address that last play. We'll hear from the players. I'm sure we'll hear from John Morant, who was dealing with that ankle injury. He had 22. But the two guys I think we want to hear from most are Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry, 38 and 37 respectively.
Yeah, I know Jimmy's giving Steph a lot of love, rightfully so, but he was Batman most of the game, holding the fort down while Steph was off the court, getting to the free throw line again 18 times, 3 steals. So playoff Jimmy showed up in this playing game, And this is the part where, Earl, I don't know about you, a lot of people say, wait a minute, I don't know if Jimmy fits because we were caught up in the antics. But now he's reminding everybody his basketball play, his IQ, how to fit in organized chaos with the Warriors. He set the tone for the Warriors tonight.
When the rest of the NBA went conceptual basketball, Golden State stayed purposeful. They knew who to get the ball to at the perfect timing. They started in the set. They get conception, their DHOs and their pin downs, but they end back with Steph having the ball. And Jimmy gives them a different dynamic. He can get to the free throw line, 18 free throws in this game. But Steph got there 13 times. So they control the pace, they control the purpose, they control the actions. And we know Jimmy is the best player in the NBA playing off 2 feet.
No, you're right. And you hear around the head like, this is patience. You talked about earlier, young guys would have taken that three right away, not wait for the action to go through, and you still have a wide open shot. Defensively, now he knows how to get off the ball because he knows the ball's going to come back to him. More patience, showing he can be a facilitator. So you look at the stat sheet, he takes 20 shots, Steph takes 22 shots. Next person is Gary Payton II with 10. Because patience, knowing my matchups, attacking the paint. Memphis is a pretty good defensive team, but I'm willing to share and post all season long, Jared. You know that he's been making some jump shots from the 5 position. So now the question is, how do you keep doing that? Great spacing, great ball movement. Don't force the shot. Take your time. Either you're not big enough. Shots say you're too big to move your feet, and now I'm getting all the way to the paint. Yes, Jimmy, I agree with you. Steph, Batman, but tonight you showed on both ends of the floor cookies. These are small things that they were missing before they got him, Jared. Because the Wiggins and the rest of those guys weren't doing things like this.
Well, it was the consistent second option. And even when Jimmy Butler was there offensively, he was being selfless, right? Making sure Steph was the first option, which he should be. But you're going to need games, especially once you get into a 7-game series and you've got time to prepare for Steph and throw different bodies at him game after game. You need somebody who's going to be aggressive. And while we were watching this game, you kept on saying, Jimmy needs to be aggressive here. He needs to be aggressive here, and he was.
Yeah, he's finding his comfortability in it down a stretch to become aggressive. But I'm still kind of old school. I still believe you have to play out of the mid-post, but be gravity and attack and touch the paint. So Jimmy is a gravity player. He'll be in that mid-post. He'll attack the paint. The weak side will create gravity. He'll find the kickouts. And that's how he kind of structure his game as far as he's a combo.
Yeah.
He's a combo player. He plays in so many different spaces, and he impacts beyond just his ability to score.
That's how guys like post, Jared, when we showed that highlight. Now that's a uncontested three by your big guy who's stretching the defense to coach's point. So now you don't have a traditional post-up guy in that offense. It's all cuts and movement. And when Jimmy's cutting, now that's the old school paint being shrunk, and now you're kicking out to your shooters.
I think another aspect of this game that was very evident, Thomas Isalo, the head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies, was going to stick to his guns and be big this game. And we know the Warriors' biggest concern heading into any series, especially in the Western Conference, is can they play with all these big teams because the Warriors are so undersized. Well, guess what? They got their butts kicked on the rebounding on the glass, but they showed they could stick to who they were. What did you learn? And now listen, Zach Edey's different than Alperen Şengün. I get that. It's going to be a different beast. But what did you learn about the Warriors tonight when they stayed small as the Grizzlies stayed big?
It's simple. Like I said when it first started, Golden State has a way to beat you besides the three-point line now. Jimmy provides them an opportunity to play in the paint, get to the free throw line. Steph can follow that up with his attacks.